Hello everyone, this is sprint 3 of our Workspace Reservation Management. In sprint 1 and 2 where we have the manual setup for the workspace, in sprint 2 we had more automation, while in sprint 3 now we have more of business rules, data policies, and finally the service portal where the employees can make their reservation. So with that being said, let me walk you all through it. So in my view here, we have the Workspace Options and the Reservation Tracker with the same workspace number, that is 1011. Now we have 1011. So we have different business rules that we created that we change the status as to either check in, check out. So let me show you all that. So right now the reservation tracker for this is actually showing pending check-in. So we're going to click on check-in, save, and the status here will move from available to unavailable. So let's say we check out. As you can see, it moved to available. Then we can also click on need maintenance, that is TV. Let's just say TV not working. Click on that. Then as you can see here, so on the workspace maintenance, we actually created a business rule that if the ticket it's open and we just try to close it without any, we are going to get a notification you are unable to close this ticket because the workspace is still in maintenance, as you can see. So what if we move that to available and we close the ticket? We're not going to get that prompt actually. As you can see, the status moved to available. So let's say we move it to in maintenance and close the ticket. As you can see, it's in maintenance. Then if we move it to decommissioned, it's moved to decommissioned. Then if we move it to open, as you can see, it's other maintenance. So whatever status the maintenance form is here, it will initially affect the workspace options of that particular workspace. So we also created data policies to cancel out these columns here, but on a new form these columns are actually available for you to input your data. So with that being said, let me take you all through the workspace reservation portal. In sprint 2 we actually had the normal, it was actually automated, but it was not as smooth as this, like a website feel. So in sprint 3 we have a portal where the employees can actually make their reservations. As you can see, it's a smooth interface. I just need to just do something simple and something that you can actually walk through. So in this green button here, reserve your workspace, you can actually reserve from here, or you can reserve from here, this orange button here. As you can see, it says available because the workspace is actually available. So let's go ahead and make a reservation. But before that, let me show you all this, my active reservations. So over here, as you can see, is on pending check-in. We can click on check-in and this will be checked in. I can click on checked out and it will be checked out. So with that being said, let us reserve a workspace. So let's reserve now. I'm going to reserve this. Okay. what we did in sprint 2 is actually the business rule we did in sprint 2 is actually available, whereas we cannot backdate the form. As you can see, it's still there. So I'm just going to put the actual dates. Look at that. Cancel vets. We just say vets. Then we choose a workspace. So you can see what we actually created in sprint 2 is still actually working right here. So I'm just going to click on order now. So this request has been submitted already. So I'm just going to click on requested item. So yeah, a quick update. I would have initially taken this particular setup to that our initial portal, whereas I can put the approval state, and from the actual portal I can approve the request. So maybe some other time I'll work on that, but let me just show you this. As you all know, it will actually send a request to our Discord, as you saw in sprint 2. So you can see is it actually. So this embedded link will actually take you to the form that we just created. I think the PDS has just slowed this period. So let's go back to our portal. Okay, so on this particular UI, my active reservation, we can actually check in. So from the back end, it will actually check you in, then you can check out, and it will actually check you out. So with that being said, that will be all for sprint 3. Oh, here we are. So you can see checked out that we just did just now. So it's actually checked out. Where is it? Checked out. Yes. Okay, 10:15. 10:15. So that will be all for now. Thank you all very much.